Today's lesson is on greatest common factors and the least common multiple, or GCF and LCM, as they are more commonly known as. Greatest common factor is where we take the factors, and just to remind you about factors, factors are numbers that multiply to get to a product. So, for example, 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 and 4 would be the factors, or would be some factors of 12. And then I go through and I show the students this little F for factors. So if I'm wanting to find the GCF of 12 and 20, we make an F for 12 and an F for 20. And this is where we list our factor pairs. So for 12, we would do 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. Then for 20, it would be 1 times 20, 5 times 4, and 2 times 10. We circle the factors that they have in common. So they have 1, 2, and 4 in common. And then we look and to see which one is the greatest. The reason we talk about GCF is because it helps us later in fractions when we are simplifying our fractions. And I'll have a video about that next week. For LCM, or least common multiple, just a reminder that multiples are numbers that are the product of a given number and some other number. So for example, for 12, multiples of 12 means you count by 12s. It would be 12, 24, 36, 48, etc., just counting by those. We use a big M to help us organize our multiples. So whenever you're asked to find the LCM, I draw a big M, and we put, since we're asked for the LCM of 12 and 20, put 12 here and 20 here. We list the multiples of 12, and we list the multiples of 20. And I tell them we usually go down to about the 5th one. We don't have to find all of them because they would keep going forever. And we're looking for the least common. So usually by the first 5, we should be able to find the least common multiple. We would circle any multiples they have in common. So on here for 12 and 20, we can see the first multiple they have in common is 60. So that means the least common multiple is 60. And the reason we learn least common multiple is that helps us when we get into adding and subtracting fractions, and we're having to find a least common denominator, which is the same thing as the least common multiple. So it's just kind of that preview work to kind of get them ready for that. And again, I'll have a video about that for next week. I'm trying to break up the fractions into sections because I know fractions are our friends, but they can also be our frenemies as well. So we go slow on fractions. If you have any questions, like always, please let me know. I hope these videos are helpful. And yeah, if you see a big F or a big M on your child's work, this is what they're doing. So anyways, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.